Hi, it's Mitch from Pick Dogs here with Chris and Jay. It is Thursday, October 3rd. We've got a smorgasbord of sports going on today, just a little bit of everything. It's kind of a, what do you call that? The small plates? Tapas bar of sports going on today. Ooh.
Very
Tapas.
A sampler.
Tapas. Tapas. Yeah. Chris, what's happening?
Not a whole lot. And now we start the long trek for football all the way to the Super Bowl. I'm kidding. 55 days now. I was corrected in spades yesterday. 55 days. 55 consecutive days of football. I'm excited. Not the best college card. We got a solid Thursday night game. So ready to break it down. Ready to make some money.
The thing is that the thing is that I know for Jay and myself, I woke up this morning and it's kind of like, sometimes like when there's no sports, like you're used to watching sports at a particular time and then all of a sudden there is none, like Monday night for the first Monday night, right, where there's no Monday night football and you're kind of just like, what do you do? And like for me, and I know, this is what my question for Jay is, what do we do now that we don't have the Orioles to fade on Costy Fridays? I mean, it's kind of like, the first thing that went through my head when the guy swung at a ball around his ankles for strike three, I'm like, we got that Adley Rushman reaction shot in the dugout, and we'll live on that for a little while. But as a matter of fact, we might just show it every Friday forever. It looked like he wasn't quite Tim Tebow all out bawling crying, but he was holding back the tears, and you kind of knew they were coming because the reality of, well, you're on a team that's never going to win a playoff game, sinking in, because it's like, I understand like losing to a hot team and all that other stuff, but it's the Royals, man. It's not like, the Royals are decent, they're up and comers. They're not going, It's like you could see a scenario where the Mets or the Padres or, even the Tigers, can gain the steam. The Royals aren't going, man. They're not going. It's like, what do we do? What do we do?
We just be thankful for the opportunities that we had to fade them. We waited all season for those two games, and they came and they went. Shout out Baltimore, man. Hell of a season. Shout out the regular season team, man. The Royals, man. Y'all were able to overcome the last month free fall. Y'all overcame it, man. Now y'all got a next series on deck, man.
Hi, I'm on the live show here with Jay. We're just trying to figure out what we're going to do now that we don't have the Orioles to fade on Fridays anymore.
I hope the cake for your birthday tastes like ass.
Ouch. Wow. Man.
How about that?
Yikes.
Yeah, I hope you get ass cake.
Ass cake? What? There's not even ass cake.
I hope it's bitter, it's disgusting, makes you throw up, all of it.
Kind of like watching the Orioles play in a playoff game.
Exactly. Actually, is the best analogy. Yes, it's exactly like watching the Orioles. Ass cake.
All right, well, we still have the Adley Rushman. We're going to find a few stills of that. I'm sure there's some great memes out there already.
I think he's still crying now.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I love it.
Well, I hope you guys really enjoy this.
Well, we've enjoyed the entire season of fading Orioles every Friday. And believe me, if they're playing tomorrow, we'd fade them again. But they won't be playing again for many Fridays to come. Well, you still got March Madness, so,
Tell Chris I looked at the football schedule. It goes all the way to March Madness.
He can hear you. You're live. You're on the air.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Chris, it goes all the way to March Madness. Football every day until March Madness.
All right, well, we're going to get on with the show and continue bashing the Orioles.
All right. I'm not wishing you a happy birthday.
Tell Eric we're sad for him. Yep. Yeah, they're ass, all right.
All right.
So, with the Royals, does it say more about the Orioles or?
How, Moneybags? How is a Texas Ranger talking down on Baltimore crazy? We put them out the playoffs, and we went and won the World Series. Like, They haven't won a playoff game. They've lost 11 straight playoff games, the Baltimore O's. They not us. We can laugh. We got our trophy. It's in the case. So, I'm cool.
So with the Royals, to say more about the Royals or the Orioles, that Kansas City won both games of the series and have now scored 3 runs or less in 11 of their last 14 games. And 2 runs or less in 10 of those games.
They did get the Cedric Mullins solo shot.
They did.
I like the way they just held the camera on him in the dugout. That was my favorite part. Oh well, life goes on. And of course, the shot heard round Milwaukee off the facade. My favorite type of home runs. Cal Raleigh hit one of those earlier this season, a grand slam to win one for the Mariners off the facade. It's like when they hit the front of the thing like that, like on the line drive, it was just a rip, The thing
is, I think like everybody knew he was finna hit that home run. Like Coach knew when he went out there and talked to him. I don't know how Matan or whatever, how the hell you say his last name, was able to talk his way to staying on that mound, man, or whatever the hell he did. But was it next pitch? I think it was next pitch. Like, oh my God, he is terrible. He is ass.
It was so weird because I gave out the Brewers like money line as my free pick on the videos, and nobody ripped me after the game. It was like everyone had taken Mets and told me what a piece of garbage I was before the game, but then after the game, not even a like, hey, good call, nothing. And same thing on my parlay, which I lose my parlay. I mean, man, it lined up to bust me up. I had the over in both of the night games, both went over.
Yeah, so we got one more game today, man. Chris, nah. Hey, goodbye.
You're a little off key.
Shout out them Braves, man. I said they wasn't gonna make the playoffs. They made it. Had 2 games. Now they're at home where they should have been originally.
Well, it is, the wild card rarely goes to a third game. I think this is the first series in 2 years where we've gone to a third game in the wild card round. And it's the Mets and the Brewers, man. And you felt not just the game swing, but the whole thing, right? It was just like, oh no, if you're a Mets fan, because you've seen it, you've been there, you've done that. And can they possibly recover from that? Because it wasn't just the game-tying home run off the facade. It was the 2-run shot after that to cover the run line at plus 175. For those of us that had a small interest in that as well. Just a bit. $7,280. I'm not even sure how I got that wager in like that. Very weird. That's what mine paid. $7,280 on that 2-run home run. I'm not even sure I don't remember making a bet large enough to have that, but that is what they paid me, $7,280. I graciously accept. I don't think they had a lot of takers on the Brewers run line there yesterday. There was a lot of people in the Mets. Super public dog. But here we are, back in the fold. Chris, we head to back to the beer that made Milwaukee famous, the town that made, beer. We're good. Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hassenpfeffer Incorporated. Brewers, you got to give the Brewers a lot of credit, man, because we saw the Astros right in a very similar situation. And they gave up the big hit. 2 outs, right? The error with 2 outs, the error, the walks, and then the double down the line. Oh my God, the Hater show. Then they'd say Hater in for $19 million a year for 5 years.
Yeah,
which I like to say. It was a Mitch comment there. It was like Hater, of course, 5 years, $95 million. it's 19 million a year. Quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say some people like going more short term, reminding you this is how much you're paying him, and this is how much you're paying him for the duration.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing was he had those 2 strikes. He's fouling them off, and then, right? It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's always weird when the ball goes off the TV screen, like you can't see where the ball is. You'd think in a playoff game, they would have cameras like everywhere that you could see every nook and cranny of the ballpark, but we never actually saw where the ball landed on the field in that one. It's weird. You ever been to Wrigley?
I haven't, no.
So in Wrigley, they have spots on the field. Did you know this about Wrigley Field? Jay probably didn't know this. I'll tell you. Some fun facts, Jay. Wrigley Field is the only park that has the same distance. Left field.
Huh.
Same distance. It's uniform. But the thing is that in Wrigley, there's an area in left and right where, I mean, it is about 1.5 feet, in the foul territory. So it's like it lands in the corner like that, you're running into a brick wall. Yeah. Yeah, Adley Rushman, little crushed, little butthurt. Was my highlight. It was my Tim Tebow moment. That Tim Tebow game against Alabama. Oh my God. Cry game. Johnny Cash played cry. Yep. It all came pouring out.
Yeah.
All the emotions.
He ended up dehydrated with how many tears came out.
What do you think of Adley Rushman? Like,
What about him? Just like holding back all the tears?
yeah, like yesterday, You ever watch like the reality show where they tell the cameraman to just get away?
Yeah.
So when NC State beat Georgetown in the final, and they were doing the reaction shot of the bench, and the Georgetown players were crying, Patrick Ewing walked over to the camera, took his towel off, and put it over the camera and held it there.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think Adley Rushman wanted to take his bat to that camera, but he was, of course, it would have slipped out of his hands because of all the tears he was wiping with this. What did the Orioles do from here? Because clearly, signing Zach Eflin wasn't the answer.
They run back.
The trade deadline deal with just the same cast of characters, the Cedric Mullins show. I mean, that's all it's going to get you swept in the playoffs. Or do you think they build up the intestinal fortitude of back-to-back sweeps, home sweeps?
Look, this is the game plan for Baltimore. We already established what they are. They're a regular season team. So
They weren't even that.
Yeah, they're that. That's what they are. So it's in their best interest to next season just say, you know what, we're going balls to the wall in the regular season, and we got to get out of this wild card, because if we in the wild card, it's over. So
but they won last year. They won the division. They got beat by the Rangers.
I know. But
I like when they break it all the way down. To me, I like when they just cut bait. Just break it all the way down.
They're too young of a team to do that. Like,
come on, Jake. I have hope. You're crushing my dreams.
Too young of a team to do that. So they're just the up and coming,
This is why hope is a dangerous word. It's like I could only hope they break it all the way down.
So
because what they have isn't going to get them there. They went out and got the big name pitcher. They got Corbin Burns. Right? They did what they had to do. They went out. They got Zach Eflin. The starters for Game 1 and Game 2 of the wild card were both imports. Ryan Mountcastle, Adley Rushman, Cedric Mullins. Yeah, maybe get a second round.
I mean, who else? Well, who else was in that? I know we didn't get to that point, but who else was in that rotation? Eugene Kramer.
Suarez.
No, I'm trying to think. You still had guys like John Means that were on the shelf.
Suarez. Maybe they could bring back Kimbrel. John Means been injured for 2 years. He looked terrible when he came back. He was ass. He could have probably started last night. It could have been the same result. Yeah. Just bad. They got nowhere to go, man.
Oh, no. I feel like the playoffs, you need your big time players to step up, and the O's have yet to get their young guns to step up when it mattered most. Like for my Rangers last year, when we needed it, Adolis showed up. When we needed Corey Seager, he showed up.
What about the rookie that they barked all this shit about all season long? What was his name? Gunnar. Yeah, Holiday. Where was he?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Henderson, Jackson Holiday, they didn't show up when
It's going to be one of those guys that's like going to show his career playoff numbers, and it's going to be like, oh my God, what a bum this guy is. Well, everyone's saying, oh, he's awesome. He's the best player, man. He's so good. But as I always say, the big time players make the big time plays in the big time games. Reggie Jackson, 3 home runs in the World Series game. You know, like those are the plays, man. Even the guys that don't have the big bats, Greg Nettles, Brooks Robinson, you know, ex-Oriole, right? I mean, they had their biggest day, their biggest games in the World Series with the glove, you know? It's like you got to do it one way or the other, but I got to tell you what doesn't work. 1 run in 2 games, because that's a half a run a game. Let me check the math on that. What do you think, Chris? Is that a half a run a game? 1 run in 2 games? 1 run in 18 innings? What's the ERA for the Orioles on something like that? It's 0.50, right? I mean, for the the Royals.
Yeah.
0.50.
50.
Yeah, 0. Almost Blutarski. God, they stink. Yes. So it's the Tigers are playing against the Yankees.
Yeah.
And the Royals will be playing the Guardians.
Ooh.
This is where it sets up that the Guardians are going to the World Series again. This is setup. They're going.
That's who I said I wanted to come out the American League for most of the season, because that's the only team I really ain't got no beef with. That's the only team I got no beef with.
Let me tell you a story about an Orioles fan that lost their wrench.
But I might be flipping sides. I might be jumping on that Tigers bandwagon in the AL. I think I'm on that Tigers bandwagon, man.
You hear about the Orioles fan that lost his wrench in the YouTube comments?
Yes.
His name rhymes with Frosty. Got my side table yesterday. Got here. It only took. I mean, seriously, man. The story of the side table, it made it. The thing about the side table that I have to say, it is beautiful. You know, I mean, it took forever, but it's beautiful, handmade. Nice. You saw the side table, right, Chris? You saw the proof.
Yes, I did.
Here.
It was beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. They signed it and everything. Super proud of their work.
Costi just said he hopes your side table goes in the pool. So mean.
Well, one thing.
After all this waiting.
Wow.
After all this waiting.
That's cold, man. It's way cold. That's how you lose your wrench. Anyways, we got the Mets and the Brewers, Chris. Can the Mets bounce back from the wreckage of the home run barrage in the 8th?
I'm gonna do what I did yesterday. For me, this game's all about the rule of happiness being, you know, I'm gonna take the Mets with the plus money, and if they lose, well, I bad vibe them out of the playoffs. Finally, it's over. to hear about it anymore. But if the Mets win, well, I get plus 115. And the thing about the Brewers is that they haven't faced a ton of lefties. They don't have many plate appearances against left-handed pitching, and Quintana's pitched well. Last 3 starts, sub-1 ERA. I think he can have a decent enough start here. He was decent against the Brewers when he faced him in that series near the end of the season. 4 1/3 innings, 2 runs. As long as the bullpens don't let it get away, I think the Mets have a shot. But I'm also going to take the first 5 under. I think it's a pitcher's duel through the first 5.
Jake?
Give me a Mets first 5, under first 5. I think it's going to play out kind of like the first 2 did. Just low scoring, competitive. Chris, bro, just get off the Mets, fam. No, bro, you're not finna bad vibe us today. You were the reason we lost yesterday. You. Don't pick us, bro. Damn, I'm mad you just fake took us, bro. That really just made me mad.
Are you saying there's no Ruffalo in team?
No, bro. You don't. Ruffalo know what he doing. He been fake bad vibing us all season. He jumped off the wagon, and the minute he jumped back on is when we get beat in that style fashion. He's sickening, bro. He is sickening. Hopefully the Jinx can't get us today, man. I'm taking the Mets, man. Let's do it. I ain't gonna lie. There is some truth to what Mitch is saying, because I ain't gonna lie. When Matan gave up that home run, I know we was talking a lot about that O's game. Well, man, I should have seen them faces in that Mets dugout. Man, that face was looking like my face. It was like, because they had that fucking game, man. They supposed to be rested up and getting ready for the next round, man. Now they got to come back out here. I'm still a firm believer that the Brewers are a regular season team, and the Mets are the team on the magical run. That's what I still believe. I got to give the Brewers credit, though. Who hit that home run last night? Was it Adames? Who hit that?
The same guy that hit in the second inning.
Who was it? I forgot who it was. It pissed me off. I had to turn my TV off immediately.
It was the same guy that hit the other home run in the second inning.
Who was it? It was Mitchell. That's who hit it, bro.
That was the game winner. That was the game winner.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Mitchell.
Oh, the run line cover.
Yeah. Cheerios was nasty too. That's the one you're talking about, Cheerio.
Yeah, they gave me a nice little lead in the baseball standings for the year. That home run, a little cushioned. I kind of lost it there for a little while, but now back over the 4,000 units for the season. That shot.
So for me, man, I'm on the Mets. That's my team in the National League. I'm riding at the Diamondbacks is out.
Costi, we're gonna block you from the comments. We'll be like, Rod, how come I can't comment on the videos anymore? I don't know, man.
I have no idea. Did that happen?
Not even sure what happened.
I'm just expecting a low-scoring, tight game. You know what I mean? Everybody in the stadium butthole's gonna be tight whole game.
You never say it like that. Not
you know what I mean?
A little pucker.
Yeah. That's how I be, man. Playoff baseball.
I don't think so, man. I think this game's a rout. I think the Brewers get on top of them early and just kind of,
Mets ain't
coast.
Mets that team, and the Brewers ain't that team either.
Yeah, the Mets have been terrible against the Brewers, and I think that just continues here.
Playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs, whatever it's been. The Mets are terrible against the Brewers. I'm taking the Brewers in this one. Easy money. The Brewers pound left-handed pitching, and the Mets go with the lefty. The Mets struggling, hitting about 200 versus right-handed pitching. So the Brewers going with the righty. This one's all Brewers. Easy. Public dog, Mets, Fade-a-rama, like yesterday. Yeah. That's all we're going to say about that and Adley Rutschman and the rest of the sad-ass Orioles. The thing was, the thing was that we were early adapters to that they were frauds, and
We knew all season long. We knew.
Speaking of
The moment
frauds,
the Yankees, had the division in hand, we knew that the O's had 2 games in them.
well, we got Troy taking on Texas State. Yeah, the gloves are off in this one. This is big time college football. This is Sun Belt action. I love the Sun Belt. I like Sun Belt because a lot of people out there who claim to be like college football experts, they don't even know what conference. You could ask what conference these teams are in. They wouldn't know. Texas State, though, has been invited to the Mountain West.
Yeah, but due to complications, the talks have stalled.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ruffalo's NIL money.
Yeah, they apparently pulled out of the Mountain West talks. They're staying in the Sun Belt.
A frustrated Mountain West could not be reached for comment.
I like Texas State in this football game. What makes me nervous, though, is just their first road game of the season. They've been at home comfortable all year. Man for man, player for player, roster for roster, Texas State is the better football team. And coming off of 2 losses, they should win this game by 2 touchdowns plus. Troy, though, is probably not as bad as many may think. But I still just think when I look at these 2 teams on paper, Texas State is the better football team. I was high on the Texas State team coming into the year. I was shocked as hell. I wasn't shocked to see them lose to Arizona State, but I was shocked as hell to see them drop that game last week to Sam Houston. Should be a bounce back game for them. I would lean Texas State. They're 2 touchdown favorite on the road for good reason.
I'm on Texas State also. Troy, not good, man. I faded them last week. One of my top plays of the week was Louisiana Monroe against Troy. They were a dog in that game, won outright, pretty much gavel to gavel. They were never really outside of the number, outside of the lead. I think Texas State is probably 4 touchdowns better than Troy. This is not a good Troy team. Where have you gone, Leotis McKelvin? Chris, speaking of Leotis McKelvin.
That is a reference of references. I'll give you that.
Leotis McKelvin. There's been other good Troy players for sure.
Oh no, there have been for sure. I'm just saying that I just didn't. Leotis McKelvin wasn't my first pull out of the bag, but yeah, I'm taking Texas State as well. There's a possibility Troy could be on their third string.
DeMarcus Ware, Jay's guy.
Oh, duh, of course.
But Leotis McKelvin, O.C. Umanura went to Troy, and Leotis McKelvin. Love me, Leotis McKelvin.
We're the pride and joy. I try to figure out how to tie Troy into that. Give me Texas State here. There's a possibility Troy could be on their 3rd string quarterback in this one. And I'm sitting here thinking, if Texas State beats Sam Houston, what is this line? And I still think it'd probably be closer to 16.5, maybe even further. This is not the same Troy team from last year. Lost their coach. The 2 games that they had that were step-up games against Memphis and Iowa, they got crushed. They got crushed as home favorites against Louisiana Monroe and Nevada. Troy's in a world of trouble. I think Texas State bounces back in a big way. I'm taking Texas State.
They're the pride and joy of Alabama. Troy. They used to be Troy State, I think. Troy State. Well, speaking of states, we got Sam Houston State up against UTEP. SHSU. Are they still Sam Houston State, or did they drop the state?
I think they dropped state.
SHSU. Always seems like you're trying to do a curse word, right? SHSU. Against UTEP.
Down Chicago Bears. Mitch,
Oh,
bro.
no.
Why did we start singing that, man? Why? Now that's gonna be in my head all day, bro.
My fault.
I should start wearing my Bears shirts.
That one's on me.
I got they're the pride and joy of Illinois.
Bear down, Chicago, baby. What you doing? What y'all doing here?
Don't care. It's my turn.
Yep.
Oh, it sucks because I really don't care about this one. All right. I'm going to roll with it's a lean to Sam Houston at best. Another road favorite for me. Back 2 road favorites in one night. I mean, these are the games, UTEP is not good. Neither is Sam Houston, but I think this is a chance for the Beer Cats to get one on the board. I'll take SHSU. Sam Houston State.
This game
tomorrow we got Jacksonville State against Kennesaw. So
this game make my head hurt. Sam Houston is the better football team. Do I want to lay?
Don't even say man for man, roster for roster.
Do I want to lay 10 and the hook with them? Nah. So I guess that puts me on UTEP. UTEP is ass though. Like Nebraska took them behind that shit. They even let Colorado State beat them by 10. But at home Friday night, they might just have some weird Texas Friday night or Thursday night lights vibes going. The reason I'm on UTEP is because there's a hook on that 10. That's really the only reason. And I think Sam Houston's a little overrated after that win against Texas State. Hell of a win, but I'm not ready to lay the 10 and the hook. So I guess I got to just hold my breath and take the 0-4 UTEP home dog.
Yeah, I'm going to take Sam Houston here. The spot says UTEP after Sam Houston rallied from 22-0 in the first quarter to beat Texas State. But Sam Houston's just going to run some more of their top 10 in rushing attempts per game, just outside the top 30 in rushing offense. And UTEP, they can't stop the run. It's going to be like a hot knife going through butter. So give me Sam Houston. I think UTEP's in trouble here. Same thing as
Houston is man for man, roster for roster, better than UTEP.
I'm not saying I might get sued for copyright infringement if I say that. The thing is, though, that it's the same thing as the last game. I said if Texas State beats Sam Houston, if they don't blow that lead, they win this game. They're heavily favored. Same thing. If Sam Houston, wasn't on short rest, if they didn't win that game, I think this line would still be closer to 13.5. I think the letdown spot is factoring in here. So give me Sam Houston, lay the 10.5.
All right.
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
The big Thursday night NFC South matchup.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Hey, man, the best play on the board tonight is a drum roll, please. A Mike Evans touchdown, bro. Just don't even overcomplicate it. Just put it in. Just don't overcomplicate it. Mr. Consistency is what I like to call him. Mr. High key underrated. Like his numbers suggest he's a top 7 receiver every single year. And I don't think many people give him that credit. He's had 1,000 every single season he's been in the league. Like the best play on the board today for me is the Mike Evans touchdown. Now, talking about the game, I'm taking the better football team, Tampa Bay. When you look at their body of work this season, man, Tampa might actually have the best resume in all of the NFL. It's crazy. Hindsight is really 20/20 though, but when you look at it, beat Washington. Washington right now might be the hottest team in the league. Washington, let me just talk Washington right quick. Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders have more scoring drives than Jaden Daniels has incompletions. Think about that. They've scored more times than he's thrown an incomplete pass down there in Washington. The only team to beat him was Tampa. They beat Detroit. Detroit was the defending. Detroit was just in the NFC Championship game. And then y'all love Philly. Y'all love Philly here on this program. Y'all love y'all's Eagles. I know a lot of y'all up there in Pennsylvania. Y'all love them. Y'all act like they just the gospel. Busted them up for the second game in a row. They only had one game where they laid an egg, and that game was against Denver. And when you go back and watch that game, they shot themselves in the foot in that game. They did. In this game, man, this is still prime time Kirk Cousins. That's ultimately what it boils down to. You got the Falcons coming in off of another division game. They're, a hard-hitting division game, back-to-back division game, short week. I just don't like the spot for Atlanta, man. They were able to walk off their opponent last Sunday. I don't think they walk them off tonight. I'm on the plus money, straight up. Tampa. They're not underdogs, really. You got to remember, the home team theoretically gets 3. You know what I mean? The home team gets 3. So if you see a home team that's favored at home under 3, in my opinion, this is my assumption, they're not a true home favorite. If you're not laying a field goal at home, you're just not a true favorite. That's just my thought process. And, a lot of old timers that tell you some shit like that too.
Did you go, Chris?
No, I haven't gone yet. I'll take the under 43.5. I think just going back to primetime unders, they were money last year. Haven't been as profitable this year, but I think that we get back to it in this one. I mean, Atlanta last week needed 4 field goals and 2 non-offensive touchdowns to get the win. I think Tampa Bay's defense is going to show up here, but I think their defense is going to come to play as well. Baker Mayfield still leading an offense that's 25th in rushing. Tampa's got an above average pass defense, so give me the under.
I'm on the Falcons in this one. Chick-fil-A is open, and you just have a lot of injuries here for the Bucs, who are on the road, who haven't been on the road all that much this season inside the Dome Stadium. Yeah, you're going to probably want to get there a little early. Make sure you get the sauce that you're looking for. You want to make sure they don't put pickles on it or whatever. But I'm still going to roll with the Falcons at home. I just think it's this could be a tight one. Another divisional matchup here for the Falcons.
Mitch, what's up with you and your hatred for Tampa? You haven't liked Tampa not a single game this season. What's up with that? You just don't like the Bucs? What's up with that? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm really trying to figure it out. What is your disdain with Tampa?
It's not disdain. It's just I trust them zero.
Why? I could give you every number around the horn, and you still won't trust them. Like, when you look at last couple seasons, they're one of the best covered teams there are. The reason I like Tampa is because Tampa is a really good football team that don't get the credit they deserve. Like, to me, this is hype versus actually good. The Falcons come into this season as hype as ever. They got a lot of new toys, a lot of new shiny toys and things of that nature, when Tampa is the team that won a playoff game last year. And they're 3-1. I don't know. And they be covering the point spread. I don't know.
Don't care. Don't play a lot of road games. Conference game, road, very light spread on this thing, and mild public dog. Oh, perfect storm. I'm not saying it's going to be an Adley Rushman type finish. I don't think we'll be crying on the sidelines or anything, but wondering, where they went wrong. Wondering where they possibly go after this. Ready to break it all down already. Wondering what they can get for some of these guys. Realizing they're married to Corbin Burns with regressing numbers. I still don't think Burns is part
Looking
of.
for answers.
Yeah, I don't think Burns is part of the solution. Sad but true.
Yes, unfortunately.
Anyways, anything else going on today? That's it. NHL Eve, right? Tomorrow we got hockey.
Yes. Yeah, tomorrow we can bet hockey.
Hockey start tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's the international series. So they've been doing this early every year.
Jersey,
think?
Buffalo.
You think? It's the wraparound. What you mean? You think? You need to know.
No, I'm trying to remember. I just can't remember if it's the international series. I'm pretty sure it is.
You are
'Cause they
the
have two
face
games.
of betting hockey on the planet. You need to be
Oh.
on this.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
You are.
they're
Am I
playing.
lying?
They're playing. They're playing.
That's my jam.
I gotta give Mitch credit. It's one of my. It's my favorite too. If you go back to Costy's face at the end of that clip, it just looks like somebody that should not be holding a sharp object within 50 feet of anybody.
This one's mine. Where'd it go? I lost the show. I'm all by myself. Whoops. Good thing I got pants on.
I wasn't prepared for this.
It automatically flips, you know?
Yeah, I flipped to the one where you were solo. Yeah, I know. I've done that. Oh man. Yeah, so tomorrow and Saturday. Devils and Sabres back to back in Prague.
That means we getting the intro to tonight then, huh?
We're getting it tonight.
Ooh.
Pop Dogs back in action.
The intro's back tonight. Yeah, it's I'm excited to
Uncle
back
Grandpa ass theme. What is that? Is that me you're talking about? My Uncle Grandpa ass?
What?
Is that me? Ouch.
Sounds like Dirk Diggler's ringtone. Oh my god. Come on. Costi looks like somebody that should not be holding a sharp object at that point. Like
Jay doesn't have a theme. He doesn't have it.
well, he has his own. He has the one that he made.
For the jam session, there's not one. For the layup session, there's one.
Could be a jam session.
Mitch doesn't have the layup session when I had it. I could send it to him, but he doesn't have.
My old man ass theme. Grandpa.
It's gotten to a point now where people get physically angry if
I don't put it on there.
Yeah. Like there are riots.
Yeah. Y'all know what else is tomorrow? NBA preseason start tomorrow. I know a lot of y'all don't care, but for a guy like me, oh, I care. Man, Mitch, your favorite player in the whole wide world, is in action tomorrow.
Giannis's brother?
Nah, the other one, your other favorite player.
Tatum?
Tatum.
He's not going to play.
They might play a little bit. Preseason NBA, I feel like they do play just a tad, and then they get them out of there. So
Goes up for the tip and kicks out.
Wow, I got some nasty comments here about saying that the Niners would have won the Super Bowl if Tua was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Tua's ass, man.
Or Tua trying to come back for week 8.
That's like Ruffalo trying to come back for week 8.
Yeah,
Adley Rushman's coming back for week 8.
Wait, what?
Got Nuggets and Celtics tomorrow in Abu Dhabi.
Ooh, Nuggets. Wait, in Abu Dhabi?
In Abu Dhabi.
Oh Lord.
Abu
I'm trying to go roll by with this. I just wouldn't have expected that. I didn't check the NBA preseason schedule, but
They playing 2 games there. They play again on Sunday. Celtics and the Nuggets. Lakers, Timberwolves tomorrow night, NBA TV. Just saying. We back.
What would you rather have, like the nasty comments like I get, or the creepy comments like Ashley gets?
creepy.
Chris is like, I leave those comments.
Hey, whoa.
We never have Ashley on any shows. It's like, sorry. I don't think so. No, she could be on if she wants. She could be on the drive-through. You guys aren't coming on, are you? No. It's like, okay.
No more fading the O's. No more fading Houston. I just don't know what I'm going to do with my time. No more fading Atlanta. In hindsight, I just wanted y'all to know, I got to say it. I won. I won. Fuck the Braves. Fuck the Astros. And fuck the O's. For the last time this season. All right, I got it out. And fuck the Twins, too, even though they've been at home. Y'all know what time it is. Time to see that. Ooh, yeah, the Yankee. Ooh, yeah, Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees.
Parlay time?
Could be.
Parlay.
Trying to find the parlay slide here.
I do laugh for no reason, Brennan Bell. I know a lot of people say it's weird to laugh at themselves, but like I genuinely crack myself up.
See?
I do it all the time. Like I just genuinely crack myself up. All right. Franchise. What you got for us today?
I'm gonna go player props. I'm gonna go with Tobias Myers, 5+ strikeouts, Quintana, 5+ strikeouts, and a Chris Godwin anytime touchdown, plus 1064.
Mike Evans, anytime touchdown. Dallas Stars, money line. And under first 5 Mets Brewers. Them Stars, we're gonna win the cup, bro. We ain't lost in the preseason. We're not gonna lose in the regular season. We just the best team on the planet. Ain't that right, Mr. Wraparound, aka Mr. Reach Around?
Hey, whoa.
You gotta get ready for it. It's back, baby. We're back, so
That's true.
back.
Should be better prepared.
Yeah. Make sure y'all tune in to the Wraparound tonight, man. Make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah, it'll be up fairly soon.
Mitch, you got to lay?
Still.
Brewers run line, Brewers over, and Brewers first 5?
No. I'm going to do Bryce Terang to hit a double and Vita Vea to record a sack. $10 pays $270. 27-1. Yep. That's how I do it. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate all of you. We'll see you tomorrow. Costi will be here. Should be interesting.
No, Baltimore.
He'll be like, you can't fade the Orioles. They're not even playing. Oh, yeah, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Make it a winning day. We'll have to come up with a new bit for tomorrow. But we will. Have some kind of Oriole bit.
We're playing basketball. We love